everyone. Welcome back to Nails Before Films, where I do nails and talk about movies again. Today's horror film is Child's Play, the first one that came out in 1988. I actually only watched the first film, so I'll only be reviewing that one today. I didn't have time to watch all of them, but I'll definitely make another video once I finish all of the movies. Anyway, Child's Play. The first movie to feature the infamous killer doll Chucky. It is such a hilarious film and I absolutely love it. I laughed out loud so many times when I was watching it. It's just so fun. Before I go into why I think the film is absolutely comedic, let's go through the plot first. A killer named Charles Lee Ray escapes to a toy store after being abandoned by his partner Eddie and chased by Detective Mike Norris. Charles is fatally injured, but before he dies, he grabs a good guy doll and chants a spell, swearing to kill Eddie and Mike. Next, we meet Andy, a 6-year-old birthday boy who loves good guy. Andy's mom, a whittler named Karen, buys a good guy doll from a homeless, who took it from the toy store where Mike and Charles fought. Later, when Karen's friend Maggie babysits Andy, she is killed by Chucky. Andy tells his mom the doll killed Maggie and his real name is actually Charles Lee Ray, but of course, Karen doesn't believe him. The next day, Chucky manipulates Andy into taking him to Eddie, whom he kills with an explosion. The police suspect Andy and the boy is locked up in a mental hospital. Karen later finds out that Chucky really is alive and the doll escapes. Karen goes to Mike, but of course he doesn't believe her. He is later attacked by Chucky, so the two go to find Charles' voodoo teacher John. Chucky beats them to it and kills John after he reveals that transferring his soul to the first person who knows his true identity can get him out of the doll. Before John dies, he tells Karen and Mike that Chucky can only be killed by striking his heart. Chucky goes to Andy and tries to transfer his soul to him, but Karen and Mike stop him. After burning him and shooting him a bunch of times, Chucky is finally killed when Mike puts a bullet through his heart. With the plot out of the way, let's talk about why I think the movie is so gosh darn funny. Chucky really deserves to be a horror icon. The guy is just so full of personality. There's just something comedic about an innocent doll being so aggressive and vulgar. I absolutely love it. You wouldn't believe how hard I laughed when Chucky revealed himself to Karen and went, "You stupid bitch! You filthy son! I'll teach you to F with me!" For some reason, I find that scene to be extremely hilarious. I even had to pause the movie after that because I was dying of laughter. There's just something funny about the way Chucky transitioned from a smiling doll to a swearing hellspawn within a second, and I love how his first line is just simple insults. It really sets the tone for the latter half of the movie and who Chucky is as a slasher. I'm actually surprised how revealing Chucky doesn't take away from the character. I know at first they tried to make Chucky threatening by not fully revealing him like in Jaws and Alien. So I thought once he's out in the open, it would become less scary. But I just love how fun Chucky is once he doesn't have to hide himself anymore. He becomes more of an agitated psychopathic killer, and that's awesome too. The part where he tries to stab Mike in the ass and nuts is super funny as well. How can you not like Chucky? He's just so hilarious and crazy. I also love the part where he says F you after an old lady calls him ugly. It just shows you how vulgar and spiteful Chucky is, and I love that. It's honestly amazing how great the visual effects were when CGI wasn't a thing yet. Seeing the behind the scenes of how they used animatronics to do Chucky was mind-blowing. The actors who filled in to play Chucky when animatronics couldn't be used were amazing as well. I love the effort that the crew put into giving us this memorable little bastard, and Chucky definitely is a horror icon. Besides Chucky, my second favorite thing or person from this movie is, of course, Andy. Andy is just so adorable, and Alex Vincent did a fantastic job playing the character. Chucky and Andy are really what made this movie. Andy is perfectly innocent and his fear seems too genuine. When he was crying at the hospital and saying that Chucky was going to kill him, I went like, no, please don't cry. Oh, poor Andy. But I'm happy that while Andy is an innocent child throughout the movie, he isn't completely helpless and tries to protect himself. He even helps his mom light Chucky on fire despite being afraid, and I love that. Chucky is a real bastard for manipulating such a cute, innocent child. I also love Andy and Karen's relationship. It's just so cute that Andy made her breakfast and she didn't get mad at him for making a mess. I wish my parents were that forgiving when I was a kid. As for the other characters, I feel really bad for Maggie. She's such a nice person and doesn't deserve to be killed just because she didn't let Chucky watch the news. I'm kind of sad she was the first one to go. Another thing I love is how Karen finds out Chucky is alive. I didn't see the battery twist coming at all, and it was just so clever in my opinion. I was so surprised when the batteries fell out of the box and she realized that Chucky had been moving and talking on his own this entire time. I thought she was just going to accidentally see Chucky move or say something, but the way they did it is infinitely better. Now, moving on to what I don't like about the movie. Before I actually watched it, I always thought that Chucky was just a randomly possessed doll. I was surprised when it turned out to be a specific killer who actually transferred his soul to the doll on purpose. Well, I like the idea that it isn't random. The whole voodoo thing is just stupid in my opinion. I know they have to do it so that Chucky has a reason to go after Andy and the protagonist can have a way of killing him, but there must be a better way to do that other than magic. I especially don't like how Chucky kills John with a voodoo doll when he could just do it himself. I just don't particularly like such supernatural power exists, because then why doesn't Chucky just kill people with voodoo dolls all the time? It's just weird. I would like it better if the lightning somehow transfer Charles' soul into the doll instead of him deliberately doing it on his own. But oh well, the movie is about a moving doll who kills people, so I shouldn't be complaining about the logic. Another thing I'm not sure what to feel about is how long the last fight went on. While it's fun to see burnt Chucky running around and attacking people after being beheaded, I feel it's a bit dragged on. I would be fine if the movie ended with Andy setting Chucky on fire with that "this is the end, friend" line. But at the same time, burnt Chucky is just so cool visually. My feeling is a bit conflicted on this one, so I wouldn't really consider it bad writing or pacing. Overall, I think Chucky is a very entertaining movie and I had so much fun watching it. I will definitely finish watching the rest and make a video on the whole franchise once I have the time. Anyway, I hope you guys like my Chucky nail. It's super fun to be able to do his 3 forms on one nail. As always, like, subscribe, comment, share, do what you want. Keep nailing it and heidi ho, people!